This is really good news for the Yankees. I want to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments. According to Aaron Boone, Giancarlo Stanton worked out this past yesterday in Tampa, and he could return to New York and they could see how it goes from there. Well, SNY's Andy Martino is hearing this about a potential Giancarlo Stanton return. Word around the Yankees is that Stanton could remain in Tampa over the weekend, then begin a rehab assignment as soon as early next week. If that goes as planned, it's reasonable to speculate that Stanton would make his season debut in or around mid-June. Now, we received a report by Bob Clappish about a month or so ago saying, hey, Giancarlo is expected to be back in June. So this would completely align with that. I want to know if you guys would welcome him back with open arms. For me, it's a no-brainer. Of course I will. Of course I will. First off, I have to tell you this really, really great story. Giancarlo Stanton, number one, this just shows how great of a guy he is and how good of a leader he is. Because I believe Stanton is also a leader in that Yankee clubhouse. And he's so important to have around. What Giancarlo did, you know that gavel that's around Aaron Judge's neck every game? Well, I thought to myself when I saw that, I was like, Aaron Judge isn't the kind of guy that wears, jewelry that is showy, if you will. Why is he wearing that? Well, that was a gift from Giancarlo Stanton. And on the necklace, it has his wife's name. It has his dog's name. It has the birth of his daughter on that necklace. And a two-time MVP. I just thought that was incredibly thoughtful from Giancarlo Stanton. And it just goes to show you how much, how close him and Judge are, firstly. But secondly, how much he truly cares about team morale and keeping everything together. So not only is Giancarlo a great guy in the clubhouse, as we know he produces on the field. Now, in recent years, Giancarlo might have frustrated you for lack of being healthy and available to play for the Yankees, right? He's been dealing with injuries for a while, and it carried into this season. Well, Giancarlo Stanton last year had a much better year than the year prior. In 2023, he had a 695 OPS. Last year, he had a 773 OPS, 27 home runs, 72 RBI, hit 233. Very important. And then in the postseason, we all know what he did. He helped carry the Yankees into the World Series. In fact, he had such a big at-bat in Game 1 of the World Series. If the Yankees were able to shut the Dodgers down in the ninth inning, they would have won Game 1 rather, and that had a lot to deal with him. Giancarlo Stanton last year in the playoffs in 14 games. 14? He hit 273 with a 1048 OPS, 7 home runs, 16 RBI. He was remarkable last postseason, him along with Juan Soto. Giancarlo means a lot to this Yankee team. On top of that, last year, I've said this a billion times, last year, Giancarlo Stanton, when he was in that lineup, the Yankees went 71-43. They were below 500 with him out of that lineup. I know they've been doing pretty well this season with him not being in there, but imagine how much better that lineup will perform, will produce if he's in there. And the past 2 games, last night, we got shut out by Cleveland. We got shut out. Maybe with Giancarlo Stanton, that doesn't happen. Just the sheer presence alone is enough, in my opinion. Hey, take that for what it's worth. I know if he comes back, some guys might lose some playing time. They're going to have to figure out how to get Ben Rice at bats. He's having a good year. Trent Grisham. They're going to have to figure out how to fit him in too. Jason Dominguez, another one. They're going to have to figure out how to get these guys at bats, how to get them in. And I'm seeing the idea, have Ben Rice learn third base. Guys, these positions are so tough to learn that you just want a guy to learn it on the fly just like that. That's an unrealistic expectation to have. I don't think that makes much sense either. Ben Rice, I think it's important that his bat stays in that lineup. And if he could play third base, that would be nice. But the fact of the matter is, he can't. He can't. And it would take him a little while to adjust to third base. Jazz Chisholm is one of the best athletes in the sport. One of the best athletes in baseball. He plays a good third base, but he played shortstop for all of his minor league career. And in the pros as well with Miami at one point. I know they moved him to center field. He played second base with them too. So Jazz is familiar with that side of the infield. Ben Rice, no offense to him, doesn't have that type of athleticism. He has that friggin' power, that brute strength that you want in your lineup. I just don't know how he would fare over there at third base. And I think that's kind of being unfair to him to expect him to learn it and to be good at it. That's a little silly. Talking about things that are silly, I want to talk about Clark Schmidt here. Clark Schmidt last night, what did he do? The first inning wasn't very good, right? Cleveland up 3-0 after the first inning. And I go on X, and a lot of people, man, they're just upset with Clark Schmidt, calling him trash, saying he's not very good. He had a bad first inning. The rest of his outing wasn't that bad at all. What are you expecting out of a guy? He's not your number one. He's not your number two. He's not your number three. You want him to be, but he's not. He's a 4 or a 5. That's okay. I'm fine with him being a 4 or a 5. That's what you get out of a 4 or a 5. He's going to give up some runs. He's going to eat you some innings. That's what a 4 or a 5 does. And that's what Clark Schmidt is. And that's okay that he is that. When Clark Schmidt is on his game, he's pretty damn good. And he could be that 3-star starter for the Yankees. Because you got Max Fried, who's been fantastic this season, minus that Dodgers start. And listen, he's human, so that was going to happen at some point. And Carlos Rodon has been magnificent this season. He had a few bad starts in the beginning of the year. Something happened. Something clicked in his brain. Maybe his full beard helped him. And he's one of the best pitchers in baseball, Rodon. Forget about him being a number 2. He's pitching like he's a number 1. Magnificent season so far for him. And you love to see that. So we need that reliable number 3. And I'm not sure if Clark Schmidt is that guy. Will Warren was showing that a little bit, but he gets hit around every now and again. It happens. Guess who our number 3 starter is? It's Luis Gil. Whenever he comes back, that's your number 3. In my opinion, anyway. 1 through 5 is going to be Max Fried, Rodon, Luis Gil, Clark Schmidt, Will Warren. That's a pretty good 1 through 5. I mean, Ryan Yarbrough, holy moly, how can I not talk about him? Maybe he's your 5. Maybe he's your 4. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Ryan Yarbrough, a 2.83 ERA, 41 in the 30 innings pitched. The Yankees signed him for $2 million. $2 million. So forget about what I just said. He's your number 3 right now. He's been your 3rd best starting pitcher this season, Ryan Yarbrough. Behind Fried and Rodon. So you got Fried, Rodon, Yarbrough, Schmidt, Warren. Gil comes back. Maybe Warren or Schmidt head to the bullpen. That's fine with me too. I just think this hatred towards Clark Schmidt is just a little silly. It's silly. The Yankees got to go out there and hit. They got shut out yesterday. The Yankees have to go out there and hit. And Giancarlo Stanton hopefully helps them out with that. They didn't score any runs last night either. They scored 3 runs the first game of the series. And the pitching was magnificent. So why don't we just relax a little bit? That's all I'm asking. I know I'm yelling, but I'm saying relax. Let's just relax a tiny bit. It's okay. But this picking on Clark Schmidt, he's not a number 1. He's not even a number 2. He's not your number 3 right now. He's a 4 or a 5. And that's okay.